iPhone 3G camera replacement. If your display glass is cracked, keep further breakage contained and prevent bodily harm during your repair by taping the glass. Lay overlapping strips of clear packing tape over the iPhone's display until the whole face is covered. Remove the two Phillips number 00 screws from the dock connector end of the iPhone. Remove the metal handle from the suction cup. It's easier and safer to grip the suction cup space instead of the metal handle. Use a small suction cup near the home button to gently pull up the bottom portion of the iPhone's display assembly. Rotate the display assembly up until it is at an angle of approximately 45 degrees. Continue to hold the display assembly with one hand, and use your other hand and a spudger to disconnect the black ribbon cable labeled 1. Rotate the display assembly up until it is roughly vertical. This will allow easier access for disconnecting the remaining cables. Use a spudger to disconnect the black ribbon cable labeled 2. Ribbon cable 3 is held in place by an FPC-style connector. Unlocking this connector is a must before removing the ribbon cable. Use a plastic spudger to flip up the white plastic tab holding the remaining ribbon cable in place. The white tab will rotate up 90 degrees, releasing the ribbon cable. Slide the black ribbon cable out of its connector and remove the display assembly from the iPhone. Insert your SIM eject tool or a paperclip into the hole next to the headphone jack. Press down on the tool until the SIM card tray pops out. Grasp the SIM card tray and slide it out of the iPhone. Use a spudger to disconnect the ribbon cable labeled 4. Use a spudger to disconnect the ribbon cable labeled 5. Use a spudger to disconnect the ribbon cable labeled 6. If you have an iPhone 3GS, refer to picture 2 and use a spudger to disconnect the ribbon cable labeled 7. Carefully peel up the small sticker labeled "Do not remove." Remove the following 8 screws. 5 2.3mm Phillips number 00 screws with partial threads securing the logic board to the rear panel. 2 2.3mm Phillips number 00 screws with full threads securing the logic board and camera. 1 2.9mm Phillips number 00 screw from beneath the "Do not remove" sticker. Use a spudger to gently pry the camera up and out of its housing in the rear panel. The camera cannot be removed entirely yet because it's connected to the bottom of the logic board. Use a spudger to gently pry up the end of the logic board closest to the dock connector. If the board won't lift up, double-check to make sure all the screws securing the logic board have been removed. Slide the logic board towards the dock connector and out of the iPhone. Use a spudger to disconnect the camera from the logic board.